Hey guys, and welcome to Resilient Ratty. My name is Ratik Datta, and I've recently graduated from Purdue University, having done a master's in marketing. And I'm currently in the process of looking for a job here in the United States of America. Looking for a job here in the US has not been easy. The job market is not at its best right now, and consequently, I've had to double my efforts when it comes to when it comes to job hunt in the past 2 weeks. I was already putting in a lot of effort, but I just realized I need to double it for the simple reason that time is ticking, and time and financial resources are limited. So I want to make the most of my time here and try finding a job as soon as I possibly can. Given that that was the case, I was not able to put out a video last week, and I deeply apologize for that. I will try to make up for that with this video and the consequent videos. I will be consistent in the now that I've gotten acclimatized to my new schedule. I will be consistent in the forthcoming weeks. I can assure you that. Today, I will be talking about a topic which is actually very near and dear to me. Just to give a little bit of a background of why I'm talking about this. Today was the 4th of July, which is American Independence Day, and I went to see the fireworks, but I was always in two minds about whether I really wanted to go or not, for the simple reason that I know the detrimental effects that fireworks have on the environment in terms of pollution, both noise and air pollution, and the fact that fireworks are not the best for animals either. Um, I was always in two minds about it, but I ended up going. And honestly speaking, if I want to be very honest with you guys, I actually regret going for the simple reason that it's very detrimental to the environment. I wouldn't go burst crackers back in my home country of India during Diwali as well. So I just feel that it's very important for us to make a collective effort to ensure that our carbon footprint and our pollution levels go down and we're able to save our planet, for the simple reason that those who have absolutely nothing to do with the climate crisis are the ones who are suffering the most. My classmate put out a story which really opened my eyes and reminded me of a very harsh reality that I had read a couple of years back, and I want to thank her for that because this is a topic which is very near and dear to me, like I said, and I want to make sure that people understand the implications of climate change and that it's not a hoax. People still think there are people who still think that it's a hoax, but it's something which is very, very real, and it pains me to see that people are not able to accept that because the facts are in front of us. The science proves it. Everything indicates that climate change is true and real. And Pakistan as a country is has heavily has been tragically affected by the effects of climate change. There are two ways that climate change has actually devastated Pakistan, one of which is glacial flooding, and the second are flash floods. Talking about glacial flooding, something that I didn't know and I found out when I watched this video that my classmate put up. Pakistan is home to over 7,200 glaciers and is actually the home to the most glaciers in the world outside the Arctic and Antarctic region. So, as we all know, during the summer, glaciers melt. That's a normal phenomenon. So that's not something which is unusual. It also provides people of Pakistan with water for drinking and for their crops, which is good. The problem happens when there is excessive warming of the planet, which is basically what global warming is, and results in excessive melting of these glaciers, which consequently cause glacial flood, devastating the regions around the glaciers. And keep in mind that there are a lot of people who live around glaciers, and their lives and livelihood depends on the regions that they live in. 15 million people in the world are expected to be affected by glacial flooding, out of which 2 million are in Pakistan. If that wasn't enough, take a moment to let this sink in. Pakistan contributes less than 1% to total greenhouse gas emission. Greenhouse gases is what is leading to the climate crisis right now, global warming, and Pakistan is contributing less than 1%. Take a moment to let that sink in. The developed countries, the Western countries, have industrialized and as a result have used up a lot of fossil fuels, contributing to a lot of heating of the planet. And even today, okay, I understand that maybe the implications of climate change were not understood during the time of industrialization, but even today, Pakistan is not contributing anything more than a percent to total global greenhouse gas emissions, and is yet experiencing the brunt of what global warming is all about. And I haven't even spoken about flash flooding yet. But in 2022, I was shocked to find out that so essentially the monsoon months for Pakistan are from June to August. And in 2022, Pakistan experienced 190% more rainfall than what it usually does on an average, consequently leading to devastating flooding, which led to the death of over 1,700 people, causing injuries to more than 12,000 people and displacing 8 million people. Let just take a moment to let that sink in. Every single life counts, and we're talking over 1,700 people who lost their lives, over thousands of people who've been injured, and millions who've been displaced. If that isn't tragic, I don't know what is. And again, it all boils down to the fact that these people, the people who are experiencing and the brunt of climate change, are the ones who are contributing the least to it. Glacial flooding and flash floods are the direct impact of global warming, which is caused by greenhouse gas emissions. And like we've discussed, Pakistan contributes less than 1% of total greenhouse gas emissions in the world, and yet is the fifth most vulnerable country to climate change. It has a score of 87.83 out of 100 when it comes to the climate risk index. Again, in what world is this fair? So, keeping all of this in mind, it begs the question of whether you think that the developed countries of the world owe Pakistan reparations. What do you guys think? If you ask me personally, I think it's a no brainer. It's an absolute yes. Developed countries owe Pakistan reparations. It is important, critical for developed countries to take onus of the fact that they are indeed responsible for where we are today. And it is because of their actions, both in the past and in the present, that countries that had absolutely nothing to do with the global that had absolutely nothing to do with global warming are actually facing the brunt of the disaster. Developed countries around the world need to ensure that they're providing funding to Pakistan to rehabilitate the people and and to compensate the people who've been affected by these floods. We're talking millions of people here. Millions. The important thing is that the world is taking notice of this, and it's about time that the developed countries of the world actually take responsibility for their actions. And and it's not just about the aftermath of what these devastating events have caused. It's also about ensuring that they provide funding to Pakistan to help them um, prevent such disasters in the future. I mean, by just geologically, it might not be possible to prevent these disasters, but what can be done is to predict when these disasters are expected to happen and mitigate the ill effects of such disasters. So I asked the question once again: do you think that, keeping all of these things in mind, do you think that the developed countries of the world owe Pakistan reparation? Take a moment to think about it and let me know in the comment section. I would love to know what you guys think. I personally, like I said, think it's a no-brainer. And it just it's very difficult for me to talk about it. It breaks my heart to read such news. I truly think that as human beings, part of what makes us human is our ability to be empathetic. We need to look out for each other. We have to ensure that we are looking at people beyond our own selves and even beyond our families for that matter. It's not just about your immediate family or your close ones. It's about the human race as a whole. And like Captain America says in Avengers Endgame, I got this analogy from another YouTuber who was reviewing Avengers Endgame, and he spoke about how um, Captain America is talking about how the world is in our hands in his group therapy session is actually a direct message for all of us that the world is indeed in our hands, and we have to do something with it. It's the only one we've got. So watch out for each other. Be empathetic to one another. Stop questioning whether climate change is true or not, because it is. Don't let anyone suggest otherwise. And you can do your bit. It's not rocket science. Now, I understand that not everyone can be a Greta Thunberg, but you can do your bit to ensure that you are reducing your carbon footprint. And, there are other ways, other means to ensure that we are saving our planet and stopping catastrophes such as those in Pakistan, from happening. There are ways to do it. You make sure that you're voting for responsible leaders, not for leaders who think that climate change is a hoax. They are the ones who are going to take the action. Yes, true. That's absolutely true. But you are the ones who are voting for them. So the next time you think about who you want to vote, keep all of these things in mind. Keep in mind that relief assessment in flood affected areas found that 40% of children are facing stunted growth because of a lack of availability of proper nutrition and healthcare. So it's not just about the direct impacts of global warming, of what is happening in Pakistan. It's also the detrimental impact that our future generations are having. It's not just about us, it's about those who come after us and those who come after them. It's about ensuring that we have a sustainable planet. It's about justice, it's about fairness, and what is happening to Pakistan is not fair. It's the opposite of what justice is all about. And this should pain you. It should pain you just as much as it pains me. Every single human life counts. Every single life counts. Be more empathetic. And I just feel like it's not, we don't have time for a roundtable discussion anymore. It's time for action. Our inaction has caused unimaginable pain to a lot of people, to people who are not responsible for these things in the first place. And it's about time that we take responsibility for our actions. What do you guys think? I would love to know what you guys think. I've given you my 2 cents, and I again want to thank my classmate for putting out that story. I This is something I'm truly passionate about, and I hope that I've been able to translate that passion into some of you guys as well. Also, I am going to leave a link to both the Instagram video and the article that I read in the description below. Please make sure that you go read it. What I've spoken about in this video is just a brief overview of what I watched and what I read. It truly is very shocking. I really urge you to go check out both those resources and share it with all your close ones, because awareness is how we are going to tackle this. And yeah, that's about it for today, guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I wish you the best, and I will see you soon. Until next time.